report or anything, a letter, perhaps important letter, you would have someone proofread it before you send it out. You should have someone do that with your site as well. Now, getting to the top of Google, there are various ways that you can market and advertise your site. Advertising is very important. When I started out years ago, I did the pay-per-click ads on Google. I did those for quite a while, and I worked with all the search terms. I spent hours and hours and hours doing it. I did get a lot of traffic from it. And the reason is it wasn't as clogged and congested as it is today. Now everyone and their brother was doing it. And I needed to spend some money to get my site seen, or I would have been buried forever. Now I don't do any pay-per-click ads at all. I just find it a very, very competitive area. It's very expensive, and I like to spend my money in other ways. And I've worked for years to get some of my sites towards the top of the Google. Some of them are the very top listing. So it's paid off for me over the years, but again, it takes time. One thing you can try are pay-per-click ads. Keep an eye on the expense. Keep an eye on the budget. Pay attention to the search terms that are working for you, what's getting clicked, what isn't getting clicked. You have to really stay on it to make these work for you, but they can work. If you're just starting out, I would suggest trying them out. Set a monthly budget and stick to it, because you can really go crazy with those things. Another great thing that worked for me in particular is to search out relevant related sites for my site. Things that people that were looking for things like I sold were going to these sites, and a lot of them had a lot higher search rankings. So what I did is I just bought little inexpensive ads on those sites. There's one site I continue to advertise with today, and I've been with her for years. But I've tried various sites. Find out the ones that are well indexed. Place a small, inexpensive ad on there. Try to get on the home page or on a very key page within the site. You don't want to be on a classified page or some listing page with 100 other people. If you get your ad on a site, try to get on a home page or at least above the fold. And that's a newspaper print advertising term, which determines like the fold of the newspaper. There's the top of the newspaper and the bottom of the newspaper, and you want to be on the top. That's above the fold. And that term we still use with website and online advertising as well. You want to be as high up on the page as possible, good visibility. Try not to get involved in any of those rotating ads. I'm not saying they're bad, but you're not getting the best visibility for your money, unless they've just got an amazingly huge market, and you know that. So inexpensive ads, those gave me great backlinks to my site, and that was another thing that worked. These sites had a very high ranking, so them having a high ranking and me partnering with them helped to boost my site up like that, just by having those little links back to their site, cross links like that. That helped me a lot. That really helped boost me. So like I said, I still advertise on one or two of those sites, and they still continue to help me today. Web directories, and I've got a link included on this page. It's got a great thing I found where you can go to various web directories and just hit submit and submit your site. Now some of these take a while to get indexed, but they are wonderful resources for getting your site out there, and as many links as you can build up and as much visibility as you can build up, the better your rise to the top of Google and the better your exposure to the world out there. Additionally, you can use some what they're called, they're site submission sites. I have used some of these. Some of them are free. You can use those. Some of them are paid. I use one called ineedhits.com. I've used that over the years. I mean, there's several out there. I like the site. It's easy to use. They do their service. They report on it. I can manage all of my different services that I have with them. They submit my site. I got a brand new site. I just started last week, and it's already indexed in Google, and it's for the search term, it's already on page 1. And I mean, I think I paid, I don't know, $30 $39, $40, $50, something like that for it. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Be very careful with some of those free ones though, because what they do is they submit to a lot of these really crappy sites, link farms, things that maybe you wouldn't want your business associated with, that just take anyone and everyone. And your link on some of these sites might not be the best visibility for you. And in some cases, those sites are blacklisted because Google doesn't really appreciate those type of sites either. So they know what they're all about. They're just link farms, and that's something you really want to stay away from if you can. So be careful about using those free search submission sites. Some are okay. Some of them do a little research, find out what people are saying about them, find out where they submit, and just do a little research. And you can use some free and some pretty low-cost tools to boost your rankings with that. Another thing that I did quite a bit, and it's not as big now as it used to be, but articles. And I still do put out articles here and there. I do a lot of PR, a lot of press releases. I try to get anything I can which will allow me links, active links, or information that is going to index me well. I've gotten quite a bit of good visibility from doing relevant articles and press releases. And you should do at least an article a month, if not a week, on your business, on something that's informational and relevant for your business. Have your URL links in there, your blog, your whatever. Be careful about putting your email in there though, because people do swipe those emails from all that content, and you end up on a lot of spammy stuff. But put your URL in there, blog URL, Twitter, social media, any of that kind of thing in there, as well as your PR. PR is really kind of where it's gone over the last couple of years, and it's getting pretty saturated. Everybody thinks they're a press release writer or a marketing guru these days, and a really well-written, content-rich, newsworthy public press release is going to get indexed well. Some of the junk that's put out there doesn't really get indexed. Another thing are the PR sites. Some are paid, some are free. I use both. Some of the free ones are pretty good. I've gotten some pretty good indexing with those. Some of the paid ones, good. I've gotten some great, and I've gotten some not great at all. So I'm going to talk about those in a follow-up video. So stay tuned for all of that, and I'll let you know what's worked and really what to save your money on.